You are now listening to Mighty Champions Action Figure Radio.
What's up, guys? Welcome to Mighty Champions Action Figure Radio Holiday Special. This is the show where we talk about action figures, collectibles, toys, and all that sort of thing. My name is John Sargent.
My name is Christian McGann.
And you have come to the right place if that's what you're into. We have got probably the fattest show that we've ever had today because it is the holiday special. So Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Merry Kwanzaa, Festivus, Life Day, Toyotathon, Honda Days, whatever you might celebrate. I hope you have a great one. We have got the most loaded show we've ever had. We are going to talk about my trip to Mexico and your trip to Houston.
Yes.
We're going to talk about Toy Aisle Time Capsule Christmas Season 1996. Mwah. Oh my God. We're going to get into the news of this week in the current, and then we are going to do Action Figure Mission Christmas style.
Cool.
All right, man. That's what's going on in this episode. You guys can subscribe to the show wherever you're hearing the sound of our voice. Leave us a review because we would super appreciate it. That's the only way that the show is going to grow. And if you are free in a couple of weeks and you can make the trip out to San Antonio area, New Braunfels, Texas, the Mighty Champions are going on the road. We're headed to Retromania Toy Show in New Braunfels, Texas on January 17th, and we want you guys to come with us. We've already got a handful of the toy soldiers that have agreed to come. We're trying to get the biggest group that we can, and we're trying to buy everything they got inside of Retromania. I know what I'm looking for. You know what you're looking for.
Of course.
We would love to have you guys come out with us. So if you're in the Texas area or you can get to the Texas area, January 17th, New Braunfels, we'd love to have you guys. All right, we have got so much to get to, so that is going to wrap up all of the admin. I feel like I haven't seen you in like 3 weeks. How you been?
Pretty good, man. Pretty good. Yeah, I feel like I've been on a toy buying extravaganza, which has been really incredible. Obviously, I'm going to dive into what took place in Houston. But before that, I want to talk about car trouble.
Oh, we never talk about that.
It just seems to be a convenient theme in my life of just, like, when is your car not going to start and in what parking lot will it take place in?
The scariest one, for
Dude,
sure.
So I want to talk about this because it's supernatural at this point.
It is, because last I saw you, I've seen you for like 2 minutes total this entire week. And we said, okay, I want to hear about your trip to Houston and your birthday PR, but let's wait until the podcast. And you said to me on this day, I felt guilty about what I had purchased because I felt like it was going to make my car die.
Well, yes. I mean, to quote myself, I said, that I was there. I had a handful of items and in Houston, went up to my girlfriend, was like, man, I feel like I'm being greedy. And she was like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, do I really need to buy this many toys? Should I just put them back? I feel bad. And she was like, but it's your birthday. And I'm like, I know, but like, what if something happens? And she's like, you can't think like that. That's just so negative. And I'm like, you know what? I've been working ridiculously hard. Everything's paying off really nicely. And I'm just going to go for it, And then I did it, felt good about it, and then I was telling y'all that same story, and I was like, explaining that I was scared something was happening. Like, I didn't want to have to spend all this money, and then next thing I know, I'm trying to start my car, and it's not starting. And then all of y'all were like, man, yeah, no, you can't think like that. Chris even said some wisdom, guy we work with. He was like, man, I have that, it's like, call it whatever, like a poverty mindset or, poor man's mindset. And then you were like, yeah, dude, why do you think like that, man? And then later that day, my car didn't start. And I'm like, I laughed. I was like, now that is good.
Oh, what else can you do?
I was like, that's crazy. I just laughed. And I'm like, the fact that I made that joke, like,
Okay,
about that experience.
so
the day after, I just
we've been for a handful of episodes now. We've been pulling this thread about toy destiny.
Yes.
We've been speaking things into existence. One major thing when we get to the news,
For sure.
which I couldn't believe that I made happen.
Shocking.
We speak things into existence and they happen.
Yeah.
You and I also, before we even knew each other, live a life where we understand that the gods giveth and the gods taketh away, and balance will always find a way. We got to come up with a shirt that summarizes all of this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I don't know if it's scales, and on one side is like, you know, the Jurassic Park Explorer, and on the other side is like your house on fire.
Dude,
Like,
it's got to be something there that's worth exploring for sure.
yeah,
because
there's something about this toy destiny thing that is the universe balancing out your life at all times with immediate impact.
yeah, and so it was just like, okay, what is, I try to ask myself in those moments, what am I learning from this? Instead of why is this happening,
Sure.
And then got it towed, and then like yesterday was just sort of like kind of hearing the sounds of the ticks of the clock of just
Did
like.
you take it to Pepe?
I took it to Pepe.
What did Pepe say? Because at this point, you got to start pointing a finger at Pepe.
Well, so yeah, because again, this is the fourth time that's happened to me, and then like I bought a new battery, got a new starter, like a lot of these things, and then it just kept happening.
Is he saying alternator now?
So it wasn't the alternator.
The ignition switch?
It was like the fuse box.
Oh.
It was electrical.
Okay.
Because he called me and told me that he was like, man, we're mechanics, but this is like electrical. And so he said, I have a guy that I'm going to pay to come here after he's done that work, and he'll come fix it. And because I think that's what it is. And he was like, it's $400. He's like, I'm not making any money, but it's $400. So he basically paid the guy, and then I pay him.
Okay.
And I was like, darn. I'm like, I was expecting higher.
Yeah, that's not in the grand scheme of things.
In the grand scheme, I was expecting it to be higher, but I was like, if paying $400 stops me from my car dying in a parking lot in Cedar Park.
Yeah, I think you're well within your right at this point to tell Pepe, if this doesn't fix it, we're going to have a hard conversation.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, but what's funny is the car died, the battery, and then it was the starter. He fixed the starter, then the car started working, right? And the car died again, and then I bought a new battery, the car started working. And then like 2.5 weeks later, whatever, then it just dies again.
It's probably temperature related.
Yeah, he was saying it was something like that, but yeah, so when I got there to go pick it up, I had never seen him before. We've never like met face to face in person or anything like that. And so when I got out of the car, he like knew immediately because he knows that we work at a gym. And then I was like walking up there, and then he was like doing like muscle signs, and then he comes up and then he grabs my hand like this, and we're doing like
He did the Predator?
He did the Predator, but then he was like pretending to arm wrestle. He said, if I beat you, you pay double. If you beat me,
without ever meeting you before.
Ever meeting me. Yeah.
That's wild.
It was a great conversation. And then he gave me, we were talking about nutrition, and he was talking about nutrition advice.
I have met him, and that's hilarious.
Dude, it was funny. So I just sat there and listened to him, and he was talking about making good choices in terms of food and like all that stuff. I was like, absolutely, you're right about that. Yeah. So he was like, it shouldn't be. He said it shouldn't. Like you shouldn't come back to me after this. He said if you do, find something else to come back to me about. I don't want to deal with this anymore.
Yeah,
I'm like, you think I want to deal with that? But so yeah, it's good.
As far as you know, it's taken care of.
Please.
Okay. Now I want to hear about the good times that caused karma to balance out your life.
Yeah, man. So went up to Houston on this past Wednesday. Took the day off work. Normally not going to be the guy that is like feels like I need to make a big deal out of my birthday, where I'm like, okay, I need to take a day off, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But I was like, you know what? Like, I'm just going to do that. I take the day off, take a day trip, and thankfully, like as a personal trainer, we have very flexible schedules. And so that was really nice. We left around like 9, I think, 9:30 or something. went to Texas Time Warp first.
Okay, which is the closest to us.
Yeah, so Texas Time Warp Collectibles.
You guys can go back. There, we did an episode where I did my birthday trip to Houston, did the same stores, and kind of described the layout and all that kind of stuff. So if you're interested in what these places are kind of looking like, go back and listen to, I forget what that episode's called, but there's another episode where I did it and like laid out exactly like the floor plans and what's in there and all that sort of stuff.
I didn't go to Super Happy Incredible Toys.
Okay.
I just felt like if like the going to 3 just felt like it was going to be hard to like make the budget.
Weak.
Well, I don't know, man. I just felt like I knew everything I ever needed in my life was going to be at Misfit Toys.
Yeah.
So we went to Texas Time Warp first, and of course, like I said, but like you've mentioned, I've talked about, they have a room devoted to like DC and Marvel, right?
Yeah.
An entire
which
wall.
is just a religious experience if that's what you're collecting.
Exactly. So it was unique kind of going there like on a weekday. It just sort of felt like it was just like it's very quiet. It's like a library in there.
Yeah.
And
yeah, they could do with some music.
yeah, it's kind of just like, and then like, you know, the guys are really nice guys, but they're just sort of just like, you know, they might talk to you when you go in, they might not. Or they'll be like, hey, have you ever been here before? All right, we got it upstairs. And then you're just like, okay. They did tell us like it was 20% off, so I was like, sick. Like that is awesome because I know it's going to help. Just like with the budget component. Because my thought process was like, all right, I'll spend $100 here and $100 at Misfit Toys. Like that was the philosophy.
Man,
yeah,
giving me goosebumps.
Yep, and so when I go up, I kind of immediately spot, because they have a wall of Toy Biz Marvel Legends, and so I'm like going through those, and there's heavy hitters, but there's not heavy hitters. And I think that I was kind of like shook, because I was like, whoa, like this just threw my whole like...
Is it not heavy hitters, or is it that your collection's getting kind of fat and they had stuff you already had?
I think that, and also it was just a lot of like those side characters that if they're gonna have like your like Havoc and like those types of characters that I'm just not like, I might get them, I might not.
But you're not fired up.
I'm not fired up, and then I did find like some really good ones, which is essentially what I got. The Human Torch one that I found.
That fire torch, that Human Torch that you posted.
Yeah.
That is A+ stuff right there. That is Toy Biz Marvel Legends peaking.
Yes.
Like, oh my god.
$20.
Oh!
Beautiful. So that was a no doubt in my mind. So basically all of the ones that I want, I put on the ground. There's a bunch of toys on the ground and stuff like that. So I put those down there just so I like built somewhat of a pile.
Okay.
And then I found the Mr. Fantastic, and he was $25. And I was like, I don't have one. So I grabbed...
You're getting Human Torch.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I got that one, and then I was torn between the Hawkeye, which I ended up getting, and then there was there's one other one. There was a Captain America that DVT had for $80, but they had him for $35.
Whoa.
So I already have that one because I stole it from a little kid.
No need to expand.
But he's like heavily played with, obviously.
Yeah.
It was like Play-Doh on him, but still worth stealing. And then, but he doesn't have a shield, so
F them kids.
Exactly. But so I ended up going with the Hawkeye, and then the whole time I'm bouncing in and out. Like I'm like, generally I'll know I'm going to make the decision very fast. I'm going to grab it. It's in my hands. I'm done. This one I was like, well, let me
what are you talking about? That isn't true at all.
You're right. But
you're a deliberating mofo.
Dude,
you're an anxiety-riddled this or that. Oh, what do I do? That's false.
That did okay. But that Juggernaut, though, remember that?
Yeah.
Okay, like that.
Sometimes you just,
if it's the right price,
it's
and if it's the thing I want, I'll absolutely yes. But I did do that. I probably walked in and out of that room, I don't know, 15 times probably, because I was just like
pacing the creaky
I was pacing,
hallway.
Yeah, exactly. And then
the upstairs creaky floor that you feel like you're going to fall through.
So now that I'm collecting Star Wars, like the prequels, I had never gone actually into the Star Wars. They have a room devoted to Star Wars, Star Trek, things like that. Never gone in there. So going in there, I was like, holy crap. Like they had just awesome stuff. Pricing was incredible. The Qui-Gon Jinn was $6.
Yo.
I'm like, that's amazing. I almost bought...
Side note, I don't want to derail your story or the entire podcast. I watched episode 1 yesterday.
Okay.
It's the worst movie I've ever seen in my life.
I haven't finished it. I've been watching it.
And I don't mean that to be hyperbolic or inflammatory. I mean my least favorite movie that I have ever seen on planet Earth is Star Wars Episode 1, Phantom Menace.
Interesting.
I hate it.
I don't know how, though. I'm rewatching it, and I'm definitely like... I mean, it's long. There are like some unnecessary scenes.
At Mighty Champions, for anybody that wants to protest,
again,
debate.
I think I'll be the only one that's like dying by the story. I think people will agree with you. That's the whole point.
It doesn't help.
Jar Jar Binks is the worst character ever created.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts. And just the sounds of the movie are annoying. Like even just like the pod sounds.
Yeah.
The noises are annoying.
That scene does take too long.
Oh my.
Yeah.
And it doesn't help that I watched the original trilogy, which is in my DNA, like the week before.
But you knew you were going to hate it going into it.
But we talked about it even on the podcast. I want to watch episode 3. I'm not gonna. I can't. I was like, I want to earn it. Like I want to get there. I can't do it.
Yeah.
I can't do it. They're so bad.
I mean, the fight scenes are cool.
The fight scenes are better than the other.
But like that's what I took away from. That's what I took away from them at the time, and that's what I'll keep in my heart.
I get that. Yeah. I'm sitting there looking at it, going, if I had discovered this when I was like 6, I would feel differently about it.
For sure.
I would forgive things. I can't do it. It's my least favorite
That's
movie
fair.
of all time. More than Batman versus Superman. Like more than Justice League. Brother.
Justice League is god awful for sure.
Anyways, so you're in the Star Wars room.
Star Wars room, they had some good stuff. They had like I think they were.
Did they have a bunch of vintage collection?
Oh yeah, yeah. They had a lot of stuff, a lot of ships, like a lot of things. And meanwhile, Samantha's like looking at Barbies and stuff like that. So she's pretty like heavily occupied. So I'm kind of bouncing over in and out with her. Like she's like, "What are you doing? Like, get your stuff." And I'm just like, I just got to take a breather. Like I gotta calibrate.
She doesn't get it. Like I don't know if even the listeners are like we are. I know I've talked to a couple of people that said they are like we are, but like it's like emotional. You know what I mean? It's like the closest thing I can describe it to, and you have to disengage and take a breath,
right?
Sometimes, or you're gonna freak out.
Yeah.
They
have so before I got to the big room, I went to if you go up the stairs and take a left, it's basically like a miscellaneous, like movies, TV, like those types of toys. I went in there and I had found a couple Power Rangers and I was like, oh, that's sick. And so like loose Power Rangers, they were a little bit more pricey. They were like $20. And I was like, well, it's weird because I'll find those for like $5. So I was like, that kind of made it easy for me to like rule out Power Rangers. Once I went through the Marvel stuff, I was kind of like, man, like it was weird. It was like I would be leaving with like 3 Marvel Legends, which is like, that's perfect. But then I'm like, but I want like a handful of items. That's kind of where the Qui-Gon Jinn. Yeah, like that's where the Qui-Gon Jinn came in. They didn't really have a ton of like Jurassic Park, and I didn't see it really until like we were going to leave because they have like another room that's full of like glass case type stuff. And I completely forgot about that. But they had a couple other Star Wars things. Like they had like a Star Wars that came with comics that were like a 2-pack. It was like Boba Fett with like another droid, and it came with a comic, but it was like $10. And I was like, that just looks sick. And so I almost pulled the trigger on that, but I didn't do it. They had in the comic room and the Barbies and stuff like that, they had like 3 tubs full of like hundreds and hundreds of like 90s Toy Biz, but also just 90s action figures in general.
Cool.
And it was like 4 for $10, something like that. So I'm like, awesome. Pulled up a chair and just started digging through them. I realized like early on, I'm like, okay, because I'll kind of the same stuff over and over and over again. I told myself, I said, oh my God, I wonder if they have Brimstone Love. And immediately, as I thought that, right there, I pulled them up. And I was like, dude. And which was great. And I initially, I was like, oh my God, I can't wait to like show.
Are you going to keep that or are you giving it to...
I bought it for him.
For Mikey?
But then I was like, I'm going to keep it. Yeah.
He can come over and look at it.
He did last night. He saw it. And then, but I was like, I'm going to keep it as as an honor to him. You know? Like I was like, this is an honor to the podcast.
Respects.
This is an honor to him.
Pay your respects to the toy soldiers.
Exactly.
I love it.
And it was like immaculate condition.
The picture, I was like, cackled
Yeah.
when I saw it. You made it the last
I made it the
slide?
last one. Yeah.
Dude, I cackled.
Yeah. So it was good, but yeah. So that day I ended up walking away with Hawkeye, Human Torch, Mr. Fantastic, Qui-Gon Jinn, and Brimstone Love.
And those are all from Texas Time.
That was Texas Time Warp, and it was $80.
Okay.
Yeah. So with the 20% discount, so that was good.
Epic haul.
Yeah, and I was like,
haul.
all right, I feel
And those
good
are
about that.
Other than Brimstone Love, those are all in box.
They were all in box. Yeah.
in the beautiful Toy Biz Marvel Legends box.
Exactly. So then we just jumped over to Misfit Toys because she was ready to go. She was like talking. She's like, it's just like the vibe feels weird in here.
The vibe is off in there.
It is. And there was like a couple things that were like kind of bizarre that were like really making me uncomfortable, which I don't have to get into detail with. She was pretty uncomfortable because there was like a guy that was in the room like looking for comics that was on the phone with like his girlfriend being like, so why'd you call me then? Like, what, like you obviously miss me. Like kind of saying weird like abusive things like over the phone. And it was like kind of like pissing her off a little bit.
Yeah,
and
that's not on.
Yeah, it was weird. Like when I went in there, it was just like really awkward. And the dude was just like sniffling. Like he was just like the whole time. I was like, bro, like blow your nose, man.
Yeah.
Like take some freaking nasal medicine.
Get out of here.
So it was just silent with like just bodily noises. And I'm like, I got to get out of here. So it was all in all, I don't know, maybe it was less than 30 minutes there.
Whoa,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
That's shocking.
It was really short, but mainly because she was ready to go, and I was like, I already had my decision, you know. So we went to Misfit Toys, and this is my first time being to Misfit Toys where they expanded. They basically
Oh, that's
took over the
right.
whole
They had
place.
expanded when I was there, but you were there before that.
Yeah, exactly, dude. Unbelievable. Like
Yeah,
unbelievable.
it's next level.
They have everything you'll need ever.
When I only looked at half of it, I was convinced it was the best toy store I had ever been in at that moment.
Yeah.
Not probably true, but it'll give you the mirage that you've never been anywhere greater, and it is amazing.
Dude, I was so like, that one was really hard. I always will go to the least thing I care about first because I can't handle the emotions of the
I just
best thing.
take a hard turn at the door
Me too.
and look straight ahead. I don't try to project what else is
I want to
going
be
on.
surprised.
Yeah.
So, man, I mean, like, long story short, just like really going through there, and it was just like almost every corner I took, I went, oh my god, I was like, I saw something over here in the corner, and I was like telling Samantha, I'm like, okay,
Everybody
I've
shut up! I can't breathe.
It was like that. And one dude came up to me and was like, he was like, "You doing all right?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm just like trying to breathe." And I think he misread my tone. I talked to him later in the day, and after knowing how he was like kind of responding, which I'll bring up here in a second, he was kind of just like, okay, and then he walked away. I was like, did he just think that I was saying like, bro, give me like space? I think, but I was just trying to say like,
Get
I'm trying
off
to,
of me.
yeah. So one thing that made it easy is that they had this counter that was just like a wall of like, I'm not, if I was a criminal and I was going to rob a bank or I was going to like rob something, I wouldn't rob the bank. I'd rob a toy store.
Yeah.
And that is what I would rob.
That's where all the NECA predators are.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
To the right of the door, the right-hand side of the building.
Yeah, it was like to the far right behind a counter.
Yeah.
They had like Marvel Legends, they had DC Universe Classics, like unlimited. And what made it easy for me to kind of like skip over that just a little bit was that they were bundles. They were the Build-A-Figure wave. They were all collections. And I was like, okay, that makes it easy for me to not see. Like, look at that, because I'm not going to drop $3,000 or whatever they had the pricing for. They'd have some good stuff under the glass. I mean, they just had everything. Like, Samantha was kind of freaking out about like a bunch of stuff that she was finding.
She spent $1 million on
No, she actually didn't. Yeah, she actually didn't. I don't think she bought anything.
Whoa.
Yeah, she was pretty like
she's turning over a new leaf.
yeah, but she was kind of like there was more there. I think that she found. There were a couple things that I was like, I'll buy it for you. What do you want? But then she was like, nah, I'm okay. Like she put him back or whatever. Dude, the Marvel Legends wall, crazy Marvel Legends that I have never seen in person before. They had the whole ground, the whole bottom of the floor was face off.
Whoa.
And I was like,
did they have the Hulk and leader?
They did.
My God.
That was behind the counter though.
What was the price on that?
$100.
Oh, that's worth it.
Yeah, but I was like, I can't. I gotta walk away with like a big old bag.
You're trying to get a shopping cart.
Exactly. But then they had like all kinds of all those Hulk variants, which is when I ended up getting the Hulk that has a shirt variant from like the first wave 1, essentially, of Marvel Legends.
Dope figure.
Yes, incredible. They had the Daredevil and Kingpin face off, but they had the unmasked version, which is what I was initially gonna get. But I was like, am I buying this like because I just want this, or like, is there something else that I would rather get? And I'm like, the unmasked version is cool, but I'm like, I think I could pass on it. And I ended up passing on it. Then around the corner, they have an entire, like probably 40 feet of DC Universe classics, which I was just like,
I wasn't there when I was there.
Yeah, dude. I mean, just like hundreds of them.
Whoa.
And then directly across from that was like Toy Biz stuff that was just like flush on the shelf. That is not Marvel Legends, but it was the same time frame. So it was the other, like, it was the Fantastic Four line, the X-Men line. They had Spider-Man classics. They had, like, things that I'm like, holy crap, I've only been seeing, like, I saw in very small amounts back in the day, but they had, or that I see now, but only, like, in passing through eBay, never in person. And I'm like, oh my God. They have the 4-packs. They have like Urban Legends. They have the Sinister
the
6,
packs.
Fantastic Four, all just to line the walls. And I'm just like panicking, dude, panicking. They some of them were easy because there were like an X-Men classics that I wanted to buy, but the design of the characters are god awful. And I was like, okay, that was easy for me to rule out.
That's kind of the thing with those Toy Biz, like Marvel Legends era, is that some of them are dog water.
Well, this one was
but you could say that about every great toy line.
Yeah,
if it lasted long enough. But the bad ones of that are real bad.
I mean, this one was like Night Strike Wolverine, and it just was like his face sculpt was just terrible.
Yeah.
And then he was like, he has a gun, which, you know, how about me? I like when all my toys have guns.
Mother Teresa had a gun.
Yeah, exactly. So that was challenging. This one was really hard because, again, I knew what my budget was, and I wanted to, again, continue to walk away with like handfuls of items. They didn't have a ton of loose. I was like gonna try to use loose.
They didn't have that whole huge loose section?
I don't know, unless I just missed it.
You couldn't have. They must have replaced it with something else.
Maybe they
like
had
straight in the back. Like
maybe I may have missed it. I don't know.
Like it's kind of what shape would be this? Like it's 3 parts of like a cross. It's like a north, east, and west.
Yeah.
It wasn't in the north like wing.
So. I don't know. Because there was a whole chunk of the store that was like Transformers that I completely avoided.
To the left, to the west.
Yeah.
Okay.
They had the Godzilla section.
Did they have the tables covered in 90s figures?
No.
When I was there was 2 side-by-side folding
They may
tables
have had some stuff
that
like
was
that.
just 90s carded figures in general, stacked 8 or 10 high, covering the entire table.
Yeah, this one was like they had boxes of it.
Okay.
They had some DC what is it called? DC Direct like stuff that I collect. Wildcat was one of them that I was like, oh my God.
You got that one?
That was DC Universe Classics. They had a
yeah.
DC Direct version, an older version from like 2001. It was $25, and I was like, man, like maybe. If I don't find anything else, I'll come back for that. Power Ranger stuff, I was looking at pretty expensive though, but right on. I mean, that's just how much they're going to be.
Yeah, that's just what it is.
There was a Godzilla from '98, a tiny one, like a tiny articulated one of that $40, and I was like, yo, that's crazy.
Did they still have all that Jurassic Park?
I don't think they did actually. Oh no, wait, you know what? They did have some Jurassic Park. They had some items. They had a big T-Rex that I was like tempted. It was $50, but I was like, again, I could probably get this anywhere. Some of these other things I can't get everywhere, right? So, long story short, I was just like wheeling and dealing in my brain. And then I asked one of the guys, like, you still doing all right over here? And I was like, you guys doing any kind of discount right now? And he paused for about 10 seconds and he was like, yeah, modern figures. and then 20% off the whole store. And I was like, oh, great. So then I just went with that in my brain and then bought like one more thing than I would have not bought prior.
Yeah.
And then when I go up there, he like rings me up and it's a big number. And I was like, and I just kind of panicked and didn't ask like, oh, this dude told me that there was a discount. It almost felt like he was telling me something he wasn't supposed to. That's the way he was.
So did you pay full price?
I paid it, yeah. Yeah.
Christian.
So
You're like when my dad goes to the doctor. You need me there to advocate for you.
well, and then like Samantha even was like, why don't you say something? I don't get you. Why didn't you say something? I was like, I panicked. And I'm like, it's fine. It's whatever. Like, yeah.
You need me there with you, like Paul Heyman next to Brock Lesnar. My client was
Yeah.
told under no uncertain terms.
Well, he kind of was like, he just sort of like looked at me stale in the face again. Took it forever to like respond to the question. So, yeah, man, dropped about 140.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, man. So
Yes.
walked away with
New PR?
that was
for the day?
the whole day. But you know what though? $50 from a client. So that that took that covered a big chunk. 100 and some change from Samantha.
Nice.
So I really only spent about $70 of my own money.
Attaboy.
So beautiful day.
Attaboy.
But collected, $240 and some change. That's
a good birthday, man.
That was great. Yeah. So
Did you get them all unboxed and
later that day, opened every single one of them.
they're all displayed?
Yeah, they look great.
Nestled safely under the tree?
Nah, just destroyed, ripped open like it was like a bomb shelter.
I will never wrap my brain around how you can so easily open a Toy Biz Marvel Legends box.
I kind of had this epiphany of what I might be doing with them going forward, cutting the logo out of them, and then somehow like putting together something from that.
What I think you need to do, and we kind of touched on this before, is you need to finish your loose collection.
Yeah.
Until you're like, it's finito.
Yeah.
Then just go back to the beginning and do it again on card.
Yeah, that's true. I probably could, I probably will. You know, I might actually. There's some that I bought loose that didn't come with like their weapons or their stands, and
Got to get them complete.
And I'm like, I think I might sell those and then rebuy them again.
Yeah, do it.
But yeah, so I ended up walking away with a DC Universe Classics Wildcat, which has been a grail piece for me. I love that character.
Ever since you posed the idea of Wildcat being played by Sylvester Stallone,
it's incredible.
I can't get rid of that thought.
That's amazing.
And I've always loved Wildcat, but like...
Yeah. Didn't have a Flash, so needed to find one. Flash, it was cheap, $25. Wildcat was $40. But I was like, it's freaking Wildcat. It's Wildcat in the wild, so I gotta get him. And then I bought a like Batman, like Mattel 2003 Batman Superman 2-pack, $20. Could not pass.
Nice.
Currently displayed on my wall right now. Haven't opened it yet. And then I bought the Hulk variant with the shirt from the Series 1 of 2002 Marvel Legends Toy Biz. Amazing. And then what else did I get from that? That may be it, actually. Yeah, that was it.
And then you posted all this on your Instagram, and then I will repost it at Mighty Champion so you guys can see this epic birthday haul.
Big haul.
Epic birthday haul.
Yeah, and then I ended up doing a little bit of recon for like a pizza place. I was like, well, we're going to go get some pizza. And so we ended up going to a place called like, I don't even remember the name of this, but it was, it had like Detroit style, New York style, and then like Neapolitan style pizza. Which was like...
You're a Detroit guy.
I'm a Detroit guy. The Neapolitan stuff, it's like, hey...
you want to still be hungry?
Can you make the crust more burnt? Thanks. Got a Detroit-style pizza stuffed.
Oh, bro.
Dude.
Good Lord.
So, man, I wasn't going to do that, but Samantha was like, oh, and then pointed at the stuffed, and then I was like, is that stuffed? And he's like, I can stuff the one that you want. And I was like, okay, sure. Dude,
That's why your car died.
Gluttonous.
That's the excess that killed your car.
Dude,
Not the toys.
Yeah, but it was freaking banger, man. It was banger. And so all in all, we were there for like, I don't even know. I don't even think we were in Houston for 2 hours.
That's wild.
Maybe 2 hours. I don't know.
That's wild. Would you just have like twiddle your thumbs the rest of the day? Did it feel weird?
Well, it was just like time to drive back. You know?
Not an easy.
So we got stuck in like afternoon traffic. So that was a little bit of like a darn it moment.
Yeah.
And then, but yeah, it was a good day. Like got home and like, ate the rest of the pizza because there was like leftovers, and I was like, let's rock and roll.
Still your birthday.
Yeah, exactly. And then man, just opened everything up, and it was a good time. So I feel really good about all of it, and obviously hindsight, like looking back about the car situation, it's like thank God it's taken care of. So
yeah.
That was mine, man. But you went to Mexico City.
I went to Mexico City. Yeah.
For like a week, right?
6 days.
Yeah.
Family vacation, family Christmas trip with my girlfriend's family. We rented a house that sleeps 10. There was 10 of us, except for one night there was 12.
Okay. I love how they say there was like sleeps 10, and it's like, but like 4 people have to sleep like.
Nah, this was like all bedrooms.
Oh, wow, cool.
It was crazy.
Awesome.
And we stayed in like a pretty gentrified, like very touristy section of Mexico City that felt very safe and clean. There's like people walking their dogs nonstop because there's one of the oldest dog parks in the world is there, and it's just they worship dogs there. Like it's
like from 2014 or something like that.
Yeah. So like Mexico City in general was just very, very cool. The food was amazing and cheap. The weather for the most part was really good aside from the actual pollution. We went to like the ancient temples, which was like so freaking cool. Like you had texted me and asked me to send a work email, and I sent you back a temple and was like, I'm kind of remote.
Well, we don't have to get into specifics about what that was about, but it was
not your fault.
It was not my fault, but it was also one of the dumbest things that I think I've witnessed. It also was like, hey, what if he comes in and then like, I'm like, bro, like, and you're like, sorry, can't help, but I'm just like preparing, like sharpening a sword just in case this angry guy comes up to the freaking castle. So,
but yeah, I'll spare most of the details because it's not on topic. But I did love Mexico, and I will just say I highly suggest everybody go to Mexico City, but not for 6 days.
Okay.
Like the pollution, the altitude, water being kind of hard to come by. Yeah. 6 days is like excessive.
Gotcha.
From a toy standpoint, I had my eyes peeled for toys, and we were non-stop shopping. Yeah. You just like walk and you go to a market, and then you leave that market and it runs into another market. Sure. And then this market has an actual brick and mortar mall inside of it. And it's just non-stop selling, people on the street and all that sort of thing. So there was tons and tons. Like I can't even come up with the language to describe the excess of tchotchke luchador stuff. Yeah. Like
tourist stuff.
Handmade little toys and little, I don't know the brand, like off the top of my head it's escaping me, but there's a Mexican brand that is pretty famous in like old school vintagey like 70s, 80s kind of toys. Chicaro, or I can't think of the name of it. Maybe by the end of the podcast I'll think of it.
There's one that starts with an M. They made like the Spider-Man toys?
No, not Mego.
Okay.
But they had tons of those like luchadors. There was masks everywhere. I did go to the CMLL show, the Lucha Libre show. One of the highlights of the highlight of the trip for me, and one of the highlights of my like wrestling life. It was just something that I can always say that I did. Yeah. And honestly, it's only 2.5 hours from here to there. I would go there just to watch a CMLL show.
You mean a flight?
Yeah. It was amazing. Like I bought Mystico shoes. Like Mystico is like their top guy. Okay. He's like a god there. And coincidentally, he had a shoe drop that was taking place the day after we went, and I went to the Pan Am store, which is like knockoff Nike Mexican brand, that was 4-minute walk from where we were staying. Crazy. Walked in, bought the shoes, walked right back to the house.
Destiny, yeah.
Yeah, destiny for sure. There was so many Dollar General gun packs and cowboy kits and like that stuff that you would
kind of again. Those speak my language, man.
They're cool I love to them. See. Yeah. They're cool to look at. The Army Man kit, and when you see them in that market setting with like the crappy overhead fluorescent lighting, and there's like a guy making carne asada right next to it, and like there's somebody selling pineapples behind it, and like that. It was just cool environment. I love that. Like I grew up in California. I was constantly in Tijuana. This feels familiar to me.
Yeah.
It's not like foreign to me. But nothing that I would purchase. And then we go on a walk one day, and we're headed, like, I'm just following everyone else's lead. I don't know where anything's at. So I'm just following, and we walk past this small brick and mortar store, and I see Captain America and Venom Gamerverse 2-pack in it.
Crazy.
So I go, hold up, and everyone stops, and I walk in there, and they've got, I posted the pictures, they've got most of the current Gamerverse stuff. They've got a bunch of like other Marvel Legends. They've got Star Wars vintage collection. They've got like a lot of...
They're more flush than a Target in Austin, Texas.
Way more flush than a Target in Austin, Texas. The price tag is like an old school like click gun price tag. Says $1999 on it. And everyone's waiting for me, and I'm looking at this going,
it's 2,000 pesos.
Is this 2,000 pesos or is this $20? And then like everyone's waiting on me, and I go, it's so close to the house, I'll come back. So we leave, and I come back the next day, and I'm in there, I have more time, I'm like looking around, it's more flush than I thought it was. And I asked the guy, I go, pesos or dollars? And he goes, pesos. And I go, this is $100. I'm like, oh. They're just going to the U.S., getting it and bringing it back.
That was going to be my question for you. Is like they're just upselling because they don't have it.
Super upselling.
Yeah.
So like food costs 1/10 of what it costs here.
Yeah.
Here being Austin.
Right.
The other like tangibles, way more expensive because they're just going and getting them.
Yeah.
Most likely.
Okay.
So I didn't buy any toys there.
That's fair. That's fair.
I just couldn't.
I couldn't imagine what those JP, because there was like the Spinosaurus, the Hammond collection, but that one's like a Grail find kind of.
And they were all marked way up.
Wow.
And a lot of times, if it was inside one of those like markets, you couldn't tell who worked at the one you were standing in front of.
Yeah.
There was multiple times where we stopped to look at something, and someone walked away from a different shop and came over and was like, "Can I help you with something?" You know what I mean? And you're like,
Weird.
"Do you even?" Are you selling other people's stuff and pocketing the money? I don't know.
So you went to like a mall though, right? That had a bunch of toys. Because you sent me a photo of it. Or something like that.
Which photo did I send you?
It was the first one that you sent me. It was like a bunch of Star Wars, a bunch of Marvel Legends.
That was that one next to the house.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
gotcha.
That was that one next to the house that was like super...
I was like, that one looked like a mall, so I was
it was a
bigger
brick and mortar. It was real, like a standing building, but it was all super upcharged. But so yeah, as far as toys go, it was kind of like a swing and miss for purchases, but really fun to just look at. Like the whole time we were there, everything was so cool. Masks on masks. I did come home with 5 Lucha Libre masks and gave some out at work.
Sick.
However, when I got home, actually, I had to have you come over to the house and put stuff inside because it was piling up outside. And even then, there was still stuff piled up on the porch.
When I got there was only 2.
Yeah, and there was 3 more when we got here 2 days later.
I almost was going to tell you, like, do you want to, like... We need to figure out something because I'm like, I know there's more on its way.
And you'd be correct about that.
Dude, that was funny. You were like, it's under one of the pots. I was like, okay, a riddle, I guess.
The key.
And then I'm like digging around and I'm like, I don't. And then it was like Christian. I'm like, God, finally.
I'm sitting at the breakfast table watching you on the ring, and there's like 6 people around us all watching you.
I'm like, this is a Truman Show or what?
Well, what was really going on before I turned on the microphone, I don't know where it's at. So I asked Danielle, I was like, where's the key? She goes, it's under the pot. I'm like, which pot? She's like, you know which pot. I'm like, I don't know. That's why I'm asking. Can you tell me? And she's like, remember? And I'm like, no, I don't remember. Like, he's here. Tell me.
Like,
like, stop.
And I'm thinking the whole time, I'm like, dude, I look like a porch pirate out the yin yang right now.
My neighbors start shooting at
That's
you.
what I'm saying. I'm like digging underneath freaking like stuff. And I'm like, I was just scared that I was going to lift something up and a rattlesnake was going to be underneath it.
So yeah, here's what was in those purchases plus honestly, this week has been fast and furious with the doorbell and deliveries of toys.
Okay.
And one of these things, I'll do it last. I don't know what it is.
Okay.
I legitimately am going to open this box on the show, and we'll all be surprised as to what's in it, because this has happened, I think, twice before.
Yeah.
I pre-order stuff so much, I forget about it. I don't know.
It's a pastime.
I'm always like, I'll figure it out when it gets here, and it just so happens we have a podcast, and it's more fun to just not know. So
Exactly.
the first thing I got, huge shout out to Ringside Collectibles. So I got the Ringside Collectibles Ultimate CM Punk, the one with the spinner belt from like his 2011 run. I already put it in the case here. The figure itself has some paint app problems, which are Mattel problems, but prior to leaving for Mexico, I get the notification that my package has been delivered. And I look at the photo, and it is not my house.
Oh, God.
It is somebody else's house. And here's the weird thing. Danielle had a completely separate delivery from a completely separate seller. She was sent the same photo of the same package at someone else's house.
Whoa.
On that same day. So I contact Ringside Collectibles. I said, FedEx says to ring your bell. They said, we got you. They settled it with FedEx. They sent me a brand new one.
Wow.
And it came a couple of days later.
Nothing works that easy, man.
Dude, Ringside Collectibles is what's up.
Use code John at checkout.
Dude, review the show, help us grow, get a Mighty Champions code to get yourself 10% off. Like, that's how that works.
Right.
Because I used a different podcast to get my 10% off. So I love this figure. Like, great figure.
Cool.
And like I said, huge shout out to Ringside Collectibles. The other major thing that I got, and this is another bit of toy destiny because I called this out last episode and I bought it before we even recorded the next episode.
Right.
The vintage Hasbro WWF ring. My man, Mabel Toys on Instagram, who I buy most of my Hasbros from, give him a follow. He's got it all. He's got it all. He's basically got a side hustle doing nothing but WWF Hasbro stuff. And I had requested from him, he had in-box rings, which I don't even know what he was charging for those. He had complete rings in like good shape. Then he had ones with the intention to clean them up. And I said, hey man, can you find me one to clean up where the stickers are beat up, but the actual ring is in great shape? And he was like, I got you. Do you want the belt and the flag? I was like, yes, please. So he sent me the ropes, the belt, the flag, and this beautiful ring where the stickers are honestly almost in good enough quality to just leave it.
You wouldn't leave it? They look amazing to me.
I bought replacement stickers from Hasbro Maniacs.
Okay.
And I'm gonna decide because this looks pleasantly played with, not destroyed.
Yeah, I would keep them and I would use those stickers for something else.
Maybe I will, but the ropes are grungy, the flag is grungy, so I'm definitely going to replace those. But like, it's the round top posts because at one point the legend is some kid like died on these, so they turned them flat. But that means you can stand up the wrestlers on it. So options,
Cool.
a beautiful childhood dream come true options.
Yeah.
So that I'm super into. I also picked up this week at Ross the NECA 35th anniversary Back to the Future Doc Brown.
Yeah, I've been seeing those there. I wasn't sure if that was a thing for you.
15. Well, it's going to go in my movie shelf.
There you go.
I just need the Marty McFly to go with it, which will not be $15. But I was like, you know what? I need both.
Sure,
like,
makes sense.
This is useless without that, but I'm going to get both eventually. So I'm happy to have it.
Yeah.
Like one of my all-time favorite movies. This is going to be used a ton. So if you guys don't know, Figure Toy Company, they make the other stuff, not the main characters. They make this here Media Scrum playset, which I got on Amazon. They make the cameraman, they make the fans, they make the stuff like this, the media playset, the step and repeat, the backgrounds, the guardrails, the doctors and paramedics. They make the world for wrestling or whatever your thing is. So this is the media scrum playset or press conference kit. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to get a bunch of use out of this because of our customs. And whenever I open brand new figures, like I'm about to here in a second, with the ones I don't even know what it is, then me and you can be at a press conference with them.
I love it.
You know what I'm saying? Like we could be at the Mighty Champions Action Figure Radio press conference.
There we go.
So yeah, it's got 4 microphones, 4 water bottles, 4 chairs, background, 2 tables that are breakable, and then 2 tablecloths.
Pretty sick.
So it looks like a legit like press conference, which I think is amazing.
Awesome.
All right, let's get into this box and find out what this is. It's also from Ringside Collectibles. So I know that it is wrestling related, but it could be any number of things because I think I pre-ordered like 45 things after Comic-Con.
Gotcha.
So no clue what's going on here. Oh, yes.
Oh, wow.
Oh my God, here comes the axe and here comes the smasher. Their demolition, their walking disaster. So it's the brand new Elite Series 123 Demolition Axe and Demolition Smash. Demolition. Over the moon, thrilled about these figures. So if you don't know, Demolition was basically WWF's knockoff of the Road Warriors while the Road Warriors were employed in NWA. But they're a phenomenal knockoff and they had amazing success. And some people knew about them before they knew about the Legion of Doom. So this is their big muscled up spiky guys. These figures look incredible. Like the face paint looks good. Like the entrance attire and the masks and the spikes look really good. All their like Judas Priest kind of look. Danielle says they look like bondage.
I can see that. Yeah.
At Mighty Champions, be on the lookout for me and Christian at a press conference with Axe and Smash and see what happens there.
Side note: I went to go hit with one of the guys on my baseball team, also in my band, and where we hit is right across the street from Collector's Crossroads. So he was like, "You want to go over there?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." Like he's like progressively getting into collecting. Like he'll do starting lineups and then Mortal Kombat.
Cool.
So we go over there. We're looking around. They have gas. Like they have a lot more stuff on the shelves. The pricing again is what's keeping me at bay. But it was like, wait a minute. It was like kind of shocking me, dude. Like meant to send you photos of it. I ended up like backing off because I was like, I'm just gonna save my bullets because I know I'm going to H-Town. And but while we were there, we're talking about it. He was like, I don't know if they have like any starting lineup stuff, and I was like, they do, but it was like behind the counter in a bunch of tubs or whatever. And then we ended up leaving, and then we're talking about other stuff because he was like trying to find Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Like that's more his thing. Like he's got another band called Soul Exchange, which is like a Yu-Gi-Oh card. So his thing was like Yu-Gi-Oh and stuff. And then we're like talking. I was like, man, it's tough. I was like, I don't even know who makes Yu-Gi-Oh, like the toys. Because he found one at one of the shops that we went to.
Jax?
Maybe.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. It could be vintage. I'd have to look it up. I'm actually kind of curious to know who does it. And then he was like, man, if we do that, he's like, or like old WCW stuff. I was like, whoa, hold on, wait a minute, what? And then he was like, yeah, he's like, dude, the WCW stuff was my jam. He's like, I used to have every single one of them. And I was like, we just talked about this on the podcast. It was like the Toy Biz stuff. So I pulled it up on on Google. And I'm like flipping through it, and he was like, "Oh man!" Like freaking out,
Smash and Slam,
like that type of stuff. Like there's like a Booker T, like something, whatever, and then he was just like freaking out about it. And I was like, I told him, I was like, "Well, there you go." I was like, "Dude, your window of opportunity has like opened a lot more." Because he's like, "Oh, I'm like, he wants to go on like the toy tracks with us and stuff." And like,
is he coming to New Braunfels?
They're going to be on tour at that time. I pitched it to him, but like, thankfully, it's like now more guys in my band are like into collecting, right?
Yeah.
And so. But I was like, dude, yes, you will find these. You will find these all around.
Toy Destiny.
Yeah, I'm like,
Toy
man,
Destiny.
like it's inviting. Even last night, had a couple of like my OG like high school friends, like who I'd known so long. They came over and they were like, dude, let's see the toys. And I'm like, y'all ready for this? Like, so we go in there.
There's nothing better than showing like noobs the toy room.
They were like freaking out, dude.
Yeah.
What was so sick about it is it did exactly what it always does. I had this. Oh my God, like, where do you get this? Like, freaking out about everything.
Yeah.
Being like, dude, when
I get that, and I also get, I can't believe how well organized it is. And
yeah.
like, that's my psycho brain. Like,
dude, I mean, like, that's what it's there for.
Yeah.
But that was really fun to have them all, like, really, because it was like, I remember, like, we were young enough to like, have, like, I remember them. We were young enough to have toys, and, like, specifically remember talking about toys with them when we were younger. So it's cool to see, like, that sort of, like, flush of, like, you know, the return of nostalgia back and being like, oh my God, I had this. And, like, a lot of them, like, I was showing one of the guys and he was like, is this the Taco Bell Godzilla? I'm like, you know.
Let's get into my childhood stomping grounds when we do Toy Aisle Time Capsule Christmas 1996.
These aliens are killing us. We need some help.
Right away, Your Airness. McDonald's! Behold.
Now only at McDonald's. Collect these fun Looney Tunes stuffed characters from the new movie Space Jam. Just $2.99 each with the purchase of a new deluxe or any other large sandwich.
Way to go, Dandy.
How about we go out and kick some alien butt?
Space Jam at McDonald's. Come hungry. Leave stuffed.
All right, y'all, if you have been with the show for a minute, you've heard us do, I think, a couple of Toy Aisle Time Capsules. This one I think I'm the most excited about. I have done extensive research.
Awesome.
I lived it, bro.
Yeah.
I lived it. We're talking about specifically what was going on in December of 1996. Where were you in December of 96?
4 years old.
Didn't know which side of the playpen smelled the worst yet. Yeah. In December of 96, I was 12. Okay. I'm in Kempo Karate.
Sick.
We're listening to the Mortal Kombat soundtrack every single time because Mortal Kombat came out the year before.
Okay.
I'm loving WCW and the rise of the NWO, and Sting has just turned gothic.
Okay.
I'm walking home from school every day to watch Spider-Man the Animated Series.
Life is good.
I'm eating Fruity Pebbles out of a giant mixing bowl with a wooden spoon while I do it.
Now that captures a scene from a 1996 movie aesthetic, right?
We have talked about in the past when you stopped playing with toys.
Yeah.
It's probably 1996 for me.
Wow.
Because this is also peak PlayStation versus N64 time.
Wow.
This is Resident Evil, and this is Mario 64, and
96 for those.
Yeah,
wow.
This is Twisted Metal 2 Zone. Like,
whoa.
This is like I'm going to the video store, which I will never stop talking about.
Correct.
I'm going to the video store, and I am renting a PlayStation. And
renting a PlayStation?
Renting a PlayStation 1.
I did not know that was a thing.
Because me and my friends were like, couldn't afford to buy one yet. Eventually I did.
Yeah.
Probably in 97.
Okay.
But first, renting it and renting WCW versus the World. And renting Resident Evil and renting Die Hard Trilogy. Oh, which I bought at DVT.
Yeah.
96 is like, as I started doing this research and really placing myself in it, I was like, 96 is such an important year for me.
Destiny.
Like, that age where you turn 13.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like 8 months from now, I'm going to be 13.
I have a story about turning 13 where I was trying to explain to somebody how I had a mustache already. And they were like, no, you don't. I said, yes, if I shine a light on it, you can see it. And I've never made an adult at the time laugh harder.
And you weren't trying to.
I wasn't trying. I was like, he's not taking me serious.
Oh,
but
my God.
The reason why we talked about this year, right? You asked me.
I'm gonna get into it.
You're going to get there.
I'm
Okay.
gonna get into it. I'm going to get into it. Easy, big fella.
No,
Easy,
well, I
big
just
fella.
wanted to say about how we came to the...
Yeah, I'll get there. I'll
okay.
get there. So that's where I'm at. I'm in 6th grade. 7th grade? I'm in 7th grade. I'm obsessed with both WWE and WCW at the time. And there's a guy in WWE who is kind of at the bottom, but he's coming up. And I'm walking home and I'm humming his theme music. Stone Cold Steve Austin, I swear to God, I'm the very first person that realizes that he rules. Like, I felt, at least that's how I felt in my head. No one knows about this guy but me. Like, I was ground floor, brother. Like, life is awesome in this time period. So here's what's going on in December of 1996 around the world. So songs and albums. The top songs are Unbreak My Heart by Toni Braxton. Have you ever heard those words in that order before?
Probably. I don't know. Maybe not.
You know, I Believe I Can Fly by R. Kelly.
Oh, that's R. Kelly?
That's an R. Kelly song.
Crazy.
Yeah, you're not allowed to talk about him anymore.
I didn't know that. I mean, I know it from Space Jam.
Yeah, the song is from Space Jam. No Diggity by Blackstreet played at every dance when I was in school. And then as far as like album, also Nobody by Keith Sweat was a banger. Okay. Just so you know. But in my realm of music, Rage Against the Machine, Evil Empire, Outkast, AT Aliens, Tupac, All Eyes on Me, Alanis Morissette, Jagged Little Pill.
Okay.
Every boy owned that album and didn't tell any of the other boys that they owned that album because it kind of rips.
Okay.
Korn, Life is Peachy. The other thing that is happening in 1996, I go to my very first concert, which is Metallica touring the Load album before it even releases, and the opener is Korn.
Whoa.
Yeah. No one knows who Korn is.
That's funny.
And then Marilyn Manson, Antichrist Superstar, which I wasn't familiar with in 1996, but by 1997 I am wearing black from head to toe and my parents are concerned for me.
Interesting. I remember my cousin, I like stumbled in her room one time, like long time ago, and she had a Marilyn Manson poster on her wall, and I was like
that was how you were edgy.
I was like, I'm not supposed to see this. I don't even remember what it was, but it disturbed me.
The TV shows that are hot at the time or were released at the time: ER, Seinfeld.
Seinfeld, baby, let's go.
Everybody's talking about Seinfeld.
Yeah, because it's it's probably
season 3, 4.
Season 3 or 4, yeah.
Everybody's talking about two things: Seinfeld and Michael Jordan. That's cool. That's it.
I love that.
Friends is hot and heavy. Home Improvement is hot and heavy. The Simpsons released that year. Superman the Animated Series.
Great.
The Incredible Hulk.
Great.
Transformers Beast Wars.
Okay.
Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Zeo.
Great.
Yeah. I already went through a lot of the video games, but just like some more of them. Pokemon Red and Blue, Crash Bandicoot, Donkey Kong Country 2, Madden 97, Tomb Raider comes out that year.
Wow, dude, this is a big year, man.
Dude, X-Men versus Street Fighter.
Okay, yeah.
Is 1996. The sports champions in 1996, the Cowboys, the Bulls, the Yankees, and the Avalanche.
Wow.
Movies. The Rock. Oh my God, I love that movie.
Never seen it.
Oh, it is a masterpiece. Michael Bay doesn't have a lot of things that I would praise. That's one of them.
Wow.
Bad Boys and The Rock. Good Lord. Scream.
Okay.
Side note about Scream, and this is just a very funny anecdote. So Scream was supposed to have been filmed at Santa Rosa High.
Okay.
Where I grew up. I didn't go to Santa Rosa High, but it's like that. My dad went to Santa Rosa High. And one of the guys that I wrestled with, his real name is Seth. His wrestling name is... Crap. It would really help this story for people listening if I could remember it off the top of my head. He was part of the Vaudevillains. He was the other guy in the Vaudevillains.
Okay.
Hopefully I'll remember his name. He did like a circus strongman routine.
Gotcha.
He went to Santa Rosa High. Okay. At the end of the movie Scream, the very last thing that you see in the credits says, thanks for absolutely nothing to Santa Rosa High School, because they weren't allowed to film there because there was like a gang-related shooting somewhere completely different.
Wow.
And the school board didn't want a movie about murder or whatever.
Yeah.
So there's like a snip at them at the end of it. So my buddy decides he wants to have a match against David Arquette.
Okay.
To settle the score.
Whoa.
Challenges him on Twitter and everything. Nothing happened from it because David Arquette's also a wrestler. Freaking hilarious.
Crazy.
Jerry Maguire comes out that year. So does Mission Impossible 1.
Yeah.
I didn't realize those were in the same year.
Interesting.
Fargo.
Great.
101 Dalmatians, the live action.
Okay.
Twister. Independence Day.
Wow.
Ransom. Space Jam.
Okay.
As if this year isn't already just a banger upon banger upon banger. The thing that brought us here today, timeless holiday classic, Jingle All the Way.
Dude, yes.
So we were talking about, like, what year do we do? And it's like, oh, obviously the toy movie.
The toy movie, yeah.
Like, Jingle All the Way is the toy movie. It's about toys. They're constantly in toy stores. And speaking of toy stores, here's what's going on in December of 1996. The top toy store.
I'm going to side note real quick on that movie. I think outside of just putting on the Turbo Man costume, doesn't really make sense to have Arnold as that character. It could be anybody else because there's really there's only like one thing that Tom Arnold, is it not Tom Arnold? Who's the guy that
Sinbad.
No. The neighbor.
God, Phil Hartman.
There you go. He makes one reference to him being like jacked.
Can't bench press your way out of this one.
Which I told one of the guys in my band, I'm like, that's a new quote that we're throwing into a song. Yeah, but he really doesn't make sense for the role of this movie.
It's his star power, his charisma, his comedic timing. It is hilarious to me that him and The Rock are in these movies where no one even mentions, hey man, you're really interesting. Like, what's with your Austrian accent? Why do you weigh 400 pounds?
Yeah.
Like, none of that stuff ever gets brought up.
There was like, he barely ever shows off the fact that he's jacked. Yeah. Ever.
But
really.
He's hilarious in that movie.
He is. But
this is my ball.
I was thinking, I was like, this could be anybody else, honestly. Like,
but I don't want it to be anybody else.
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah.
Howard is my guy. Unlike Jamie, who's the worst child on Earth, and Phantom Menace feels like unpaid babysitting.
Oh, God, that's funny.
So here's what's going on in the toy stores in 96. Toys R Us is on top. Toys R Us is king. Everything's going really well. Followed by Walmart, who is kind of like on the come up. Like, they've been around for a very long time, but they're not like the tops yet. Behind them is KB Toys, who is still going pretty strong, but you're starting to see like WWF Hasbro selling for $1.
Wow.
Stuff like that is like you're seeing signs. Behind them is Target. Who knows what will come of them? Behind them is Kmart. Did you have Kmart? I realized when I was doing this, I've never heard you say the words Kmart.
I'm from Bastrop, Texas, right? So Walmart was the only thing that we had.
Yeah.
The only thing. We did used to make frequent... That's why I've only ever been to Toys R Us twice in my life.
Yeah.
We would go to...
I've been KB.
I've been to KB, but it was in our mall. And so, like, we went to the mall more often. So that was my exposure to
So no
KB.
Kmart.
I don't think I've ever been into Kmart.
So it was dying when I was coming up, but my dad looked at it as like the spot. So we would they had like the blue light special, which was like a random blue light would come on, like that sort of thing. I think there's reference to that in Jingle All the Way. I think there's like a light special at a like fictional store.
Maybe, yeah.
And then lastly, Sears, they're already dying days. Like, so Sears and Kmart were what my dad thought was like what's up when I was a kid, and it was pretty clear to me they were dying. They looked like then what JCPenney's and Macy's look like now. Like, if that makes any sense. But here's what we all came for. What was on the shelves? So the top dog in December of 96 is Star Wars Power of the Force.
Okay.
2, right? Like, which is crazy to me because that's 20 years after the movie.
Right.
Like, that's 15 years since the most recent movie. Mm-hmm. Like, that's nuts. And it is absolutely dominating. It's the green card is what's going on at the time. You got all the vehicles. You got, like, the core heroes, Luke, Leia, Han, Vader, Stormtroopers, droids are absolutely everywhere in every single store. But they're not selling through the way that they thought they were going to, which is kind of the reason that when you go into every vintage store in the United States of America, they're flush with Power of the Force. And
they're only $10.
It's the equivalent of Jim Lee X-Men #1. It was printed at such a high volume that it's worthless. You know what I mean? It's like the most famous comic book ever, but it's worthless.
That's why the Toy Federation guys, he said, which I love that, which I feel like more people should take that. He says they're $5 all around. Yeah. They're always going to be $5.
Yeah. Which is great.
Yeah.
Because they are cool.
They are cool.
But yeah, December 96 is like the peak of Power of the Force. So like that's when it went to the top, and then it's only down from there because it just got saturated. Toy Biz Marvel.
Absolutely.
Pre-Legends.
Yes.
Right? So you've got like the X-Men and like that sort of stuff going on. The show is 2 or 3 years into its run here, so like it's pretty peak. You've got all your normal, Magneto and Wolverine and Cyclops are abundant like abundant. Similar to Power of the Force, they're being ordered at such a high volume that you can pretty much find them everywhere today. Like they're mass produced. And they're pretty cheap still now. Yeah. But this is like the heyday of that. But then you start seeing the groundwork for what will become Marvel Legends right around this time period. You also have Kenner coming in strong with Batman, but it's real wishy-washy because you've got Batman the Animated Series. Mm-hmm. They're 4 years in, right? So it's fading into Crime Squad adventures of like it's the actual Batman Animated Series, those are still on the shelves. And then you're also mixing in Batman Forever, and you're starting to see Batman and Robin arrive also because that movie comes out next year.
97, yeah.
Right, so like parents in December go to get little Billy a Batman figure, and they're like,
which one?
Which one?
Yeah.
Like, this is like wacky right now. And that probably has maybe a little something to do with why Batman and Robin doesn't do that great. Because it's just fatigue.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you confuse them, you lose them.
Sure.
Like, that sort of thing. Like I said, WWF Hasbro still on the shelves. Not being produced, but still on the shelves. People around my age who were like hot and heavy for the WWF Hasbros pre-internet, you just went to the store and that's how you find out if there's a release or not a release. There's so many. The last like series 9 and 10, nobody knew that those existed unless you happened to run into them because they were produced in such small volume.
Wow.
Yeah, so like they're really, really, really expensive on card. Like I think the 1, 2, 3 Kid goes for like $1,500 on card.
Crazy.
Something like that. Matt Cardona burned one in a match. Yeah. And then the Jax takes over that license, and bone crunching action happens in 97. So like the rise of Steve Austin kind of coincides with the deal with Jax. But we're not there yet in 96. What's going on in WCW? They've got the Gloob figures, which are like, they're like the dimensions of the Hasbros, but the material of an LJN. They're like tiny rubber figures. And they're selling pretty well because you've got NWO and you've got Sting like on the come up. And then Playmates, TMNT.
Oh, okay.
Dying days.
Dying days?
Yep, it's over. The ride is over.
Oh, because it was the 80s, right?
They started in 88.
Okay.
So by 96, you know what I mean? Like how many toys get that kind of a run? Like how many toys get a powerhouse run like that? But
wow.
December of 96, I'm not paying attention to Ninja Turtles, and I'm the biggest Ninja Turtle guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm playing PlayStation, bro.
Right,
I'm worried about what Hollywood Hogan's gonna do to Diamond Dallas Page. The Ninja Turtles have fallen off my radar completely. But the Playmates are on the shelves.
Okay.
Like they're there. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers turns into the Zeo area.
Beautiful.
I'm sure that a lot of kids jumped on there. That's when I jumped off.
Yeah.
And I wasn't that super engaged in the first place. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But like, I bet you there's Zeo kids out there.
For sure.
I bet you there's tons of them.
Yeah.
And then you've got Jurassic Park Lost World that is visible, and it does have its like supporters, but the movie isn't that good, and in comparison to the 93 line is just...
I mean, I loved that movie, and I learned on this podcast that it wasn't good, I guess. I don't know. I'm like...
it didn't do well. Like,
that's weird, man.
I remember... Whoa. Another memory unlocked. I watched Lost World for the first time on a flight to Hawaii. Evidently, I went to Hawaii.
You were going to Isla Sorna.
I went to Hawaii in 1996 wearing a Raiders Tim Brown jersey over a sweatshirt because I was too cool to be in
That's
Hawaii.
kind of sick, actually. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, it's a good look. I would actually still rock that.
You got to rock that.
Yeah, Spawn is on like series 3 and 4, and as much crap as we give McFarlane, let's give McFarlane Toys credit. This Spawn line is the reason that toys are the way they are today.
Yeah.
Because everyone was chasing that.
Right.
Like, Spawn is a cult classic,
yeah.
like a cult classic hero that isn't incredibly famous, but it is the quality of those Spawn figures that is the reason why we have what we have today.
Sure.
Like, that's the truth. So that's basically what's going on in like articulated action figures, like boys action figures. But what's really happening in 1996 is two things that are the basis of Jingle All the Way. One is Beanie Baby mania.
Yeah.
Beanie Babies are people's religion. I remember being 12 and watching the news, and every single time you turned on the news, they would talk about Beanie Babies.
Wow.
They would bring up, they would talk about them in the way that you talk about stocks.
Yeah.
It was part of the mainstream news, which was wild. And man, did the bottom fall out of that market.
Yeah.
The other thing that's going on and is the main basis for the movie Jingle All the Way. This is the peak of Tickle Me Elmo mania. Do you know about this?
I've heard of it.
I think it only lasted this one season.
Okay.
So it had happened before with Cabbage Patch Kids in the 80s. But Tickle Me Elmo is creating mania in the sense that parents are trampling each other to get into stores.
Wow.
You're seeing on the news people pressed up against the sliding doors, and then the moment that they open, a stampede occurs and people are getting hurt to get Tickle Me Elmo.
Wow.
And that's why you see it in Jingle All the Way.
Yeah.
That's Turbo Man is an allegory for Tickle Me Elmo.
Wow.
Or, it had happened in the past, but it was happening concurrent. You know what I'm saying? And like, I remember like being a boy and a teenager, I was like, Tickle Me Elmo's stupid. People are killing each other for it. And I still feel that way.
Yeah,
and now we know that the
seriously,
guy that's Elmo is a kid diddler, so...
That's wild.
Yeah. Side note, fast food toys. McDonald's has got the Space Jam
Sick.
and 101 Dalmatians.
Okay.
Burger King has Pocahontas,
Okay.
which feels outdated to me. I don't remember if Pocahontas came out this year.
I would imagine.
And Taco Bell's got Goosebumps.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's a pretty hot roster, of things.
That's good stuff.
Talk about toys. That's crazy. Oh, here we go.
And then on top of that, I went on eBay and I looked around for some toy catalogs. I looked for the Toys R Us catalog, the JCPenney catalog, things like that for December of 1996. Here's the thing, though. This podcast is not profitable yet, and those cost about $100 a piece.
That's crazy, yeah.
About $100 a piece. So if you guys want to know about what's going on in the toy catalogs in the future, let's get this show reviewed and get them digits up.
Yeah.
But what I did get is Collecting Toys magazine from December of 1996.
Love it.
This magazine is mostly I'll let you flip through this when we're done recording here. It has furry vibes. This has shame of a hobby.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it feels like collecting toys as an adult is weird and lame, and that we're going to put it in this magazine and that no one will know that you put this underneath your Sears catalog or something, so that like it's mostly about toy trains and die-cast cars and that sort of thing. But there is a lot of really good stuff in here too that pertains to our interests.
Okay.
So the first thing is, in the front of the magazine here, they've got an article of they've asked people to share your recent acquisitions and sales with fellow collectors. Tell us about each toy's manufacturer, brand name, dimensions, estimated year, and relative conditions, plus what you paid or received. And you can send this information to the phone line, or you can email them, or you can visit at http:// they've got the whole web address in here, or you can write them a physical letter to their P.O. box.
Awesome.
But here's what's going on in they've got model kits, die-cast cars, what they refer to as character toys, which is like I don't even know what Pinocchio, Wilma Flintstone, like some of these I don't even recognize.
Yeah.
But in the action figures, it's not listed in any kind of order. Bandai the Tick,
Okay.
$40.
Oh, wow.
And these are just someone just sent in. That's all it says. It's just a list of figure, price.
Wow.
There's no further information, but someone emailed them or sent a letter that said the Tick, $40. G.I. Joe Frogman with scuba outfit and accessories mint $395.
Whoa.
That has to be a 60s one.
Yeah, oh yeah, it is for sure. That's a Seinfeld episode where it's like, he's got the Frogman outfit. I think.
Really?
I think so.
Kenner Gargoyles Alyssa, 5 inches, mint on card, $20. That has to be current.
Yes.
So you have people sending this magazine their purchase of the week like we do. Like, I bought this. It cost $20.
Really fascinating.
Wait, $20 seems excessive for retail.
Back at that time, $10 or $20. Yeah, that's expensive.
Yeah, but it goes on like that. A Toy Biz Marvel Daredevil mint on card, $65.
Wow.
Toy Biz Marvel Heroes Invisible Woman color change, $200.
Huh.
Toy Biz Fantastic Four Invisible Woman clear mint, $20. McFarlane Spawn Angela 13-inch mint in box, $40. So yeah, like they just said, hey, send us what you purchased.
Really interesting because it's just like the collecting space was so different then, but people were still spending a large amount of money.
We existed in this time period, but in the shadows.
Yeah.
But in the shadows.
Right.
There is an entire article. I'm not going to read it. But it's called "Caught Up in Cyberspace."
Cool.
And it is how to utilize the internet for the hobby.
Okay.
Millions of people have tried it, and millions have gotten stuck in the process. The World Wide Web, a monstrous realm of information, can seem like a jumbled mess of numbers and jargon leading nowhere. Only computer geeks can actually get anywhere, right? Oh. It explains how to type in a web address.
Yeah.
And what the internet is.
Model train guys reading this are just like, the world is changing.
It gives you how to interact with Collecting Toys magazine.
Yeah.
But it also has internet sites for toy enthusiasts.
Okay.
Asheville Diecast, Bandai Ltd, Collectible Board Games, Disney.com news pages, Eastwood Automobilia, FAO Schwartz, Galoob, G.I. Joe Hall of Fame, G.I. Joe Online, Hasbro Toys, Matchbox Action Central, Playmates, Spawn Shop, The Toy Biz,
Oof.
Toys R Us, Trendmasters, Warner Brothers stores. But yeah, it's like, so that's how you interact with websites. But the main thing that I wanted to bring up with this, and I just lost my bookmark, is the 1996 Toys of the Year.
Oh, cool.
So you've got there's a whole section of diecast. There's a whole section of model kits. There's a section that they call character toys, which actually I will read. But first, action figures. So in the category of action figure of the year, you have 12-inch Darth Vader, Star Wars, 13-inch Angela from Spawn, CDS Martian from Mars Attacks.
Okay.
Mars Attacks came out this year.
Wow.
God, what a year. G.I. Joe FAO 12-inch Masterpiece Edition Astronaut. G.I. Joe World War II Officers Club Navy Admiral / Army General. ID4 Alien Supreme Commander. And then you have 3 spots for write-ins. And then you've got Best Male Action Figures, Spawn, Masterpiece Edition G.I. Joe, Jedi Knight Luke Skywalker, Light Up Gambit, Masterpiece Edition G.I. Joe, Memphis Belle G.I. Joe, Tarzan City of Gold figure, and Viking Spawn. The Best Female Figures, Xena, Angela from Spawn, Gunyan from Star Trek, Deja Thoris from Tarzan, She-Hulk, Toy Biz. Thresher from Total Chaos, no idea what that is. Widowmaker. Best action figure lines. Batman.
Awesome.
Earthworm Jim.
Nice.
G.I. Joe Classic Collection. G.I. Joe Masterpiece Edition. Hercules. Johnny Quest.
Wow.
Mars Attacks. Spawn. Spider-Man. Star Trek, Star Wars, Tarzan. Best monster or alien. Alien Supreme Commander from Independence Day. Horrib from Tarzan. Martian from Mars Attacks. Tarkus from Tarzan. Doomsday from Superman.
Sick.
Frankenstein from Wetworks. Don't know what that is. Queen Slug for a butt. Earthworm Jim.
Oh my God.
Shadow Dancer X-Men 2099.
Let's go.
Tremor 2 from Spawn. I got excited there. I thought it was from Tremors. Okay, lastly, the character toys. Best licensed character line. Batman, Hercules, Hunchback of Notre Dame, Independence Day, Mars Attacks, Spawn, Star Trek, Star Wars, Toy Story. First mention of Toy Story.
Yeah.
That was the year before. And then lastly, best fast food toy line: Aladdin, Babe, Barbie, Hot Wheels, Disney Home Video Masterpiece, Hunchback of Notre Dame, Marvel Superheroes, Muppet Treasure Island, Spider-Man, and Toy Story.
Great.
So that's what's going on in 1996. It was incredible to me to do this deep of a dive and place myself with these things and go, I know exactly where I was and what I was doing. My brain never can do that. Like, this is the level of research that it takes to do that, is to be like, where was I and what was I doing? I can tell you exactly where I was.
It's really interesting because, like, G.I. Joe was so popular in the 80s that they were still naming off, like, the 12-inch.
Yeah.
And that might actually be because, that was almost 20 years ago, which is... So the guys who were collecting the 12-inch were in their prime, most likely.
Yeah.
Whereas now they've almost completely aged out. There really isn't people who collect those anymore.
Yeah. It's wild how that happens.
Yeah.
Like the cyclical
because
nature.
in the episode where Jerry wants to play with the girl's toys that belong to her dad or whatever, the Merv Griffin episode, it's the Frogman suit.
Interesting.
And so Jerry would have been the age.
He was one of those guys.
Yeah.
That's crazy how that works.
Yeah.
All right, that is Toy Aisle Time Capsule, Christmas of 1996. Let us know what you thought, where you were at, what you were doing. Get at us at Mighty Champions. But right now, let's get to the news.
Well, LexCorp's going down. Whether it's me or Superman, who does it?
If it's Superman, that makes it news, and I'll be happy to print it.
All right, this is already a big, long episode, but you know what? It's the holiday special, so if it's worth doing right. There is a ton of news that has happened in the last couple of days, and we might as well start off with the heaviest of heavy hitters, which is McFarlane Toys, as it tends to be lately.
Yeah.
And we might as well start with the '89 Jack Nicholson Joker. What do you think?
Looks good. Not for me. I know it's definitely on your list, right?
I'm not going to buy it because I don't buy McFarlane and I don't buy villains for my movie.
Okay.
For my movie shelf. If I happen to run into it in a store, am I going to get FOMO and just buy it?
Right.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe at retail. I do think it looks great, and I do think it's an exciting thing that they have this likeness to be able to do things with, and I think it's great for the toy community who has been crying out for this figure. So I'm happy that it exists, and I think it looks awesome. But yeah, it's from the parade scene, I think, with the hat and like the checkered pants. Comes with a cane. It just says more details coming soon. So keep your eyes peeled on that one. They also showed off another Bane, who I think previously was a Build-A-Figure. I think
from the Dark Knight
wave.
Or sorry, the Dark Knight Rises.
The Dark Knight Rises wave. I think he was a Build-A-Figure, and now he's going to be a standalone figure. I don't know if it's the same or not.
Probably. No, McFarlane.
But it looks good. Like if you collect McFarlane and you need the movie ones, like it looks really good. Like I love Bane in that movie, so I'm happy about that. They also showed off a deluxe theatrical release Christopher Reeve Superman. Great packaging. I need an explanation as to how this is different in any way, shape, or form from the one that I have on my shelf right now.
Because he comes with cards or something?
Mine came with a card. Not this card, but a card.
Yeah.
Came with a bunch of hands.
Does he have a cloth cape?
A couple heads. Mine has a cloth cape.
Yeah, who knows?
This one looks not as good to me. Like the cape sits weird.
Yeah.
The head sculpt looks weird. If you didn't get the one that I have, then get this one. Like, you know what I mean? That's cool. They also showed off the Dark Knight Joker. Mm-hmm. I feel like this is the 10th time this has happened. Am I wrong about that? Like, am I imagining things?
I don't. Well, yeah, but it's doing the same thing that they're doing with the Christopher Reeve Superman, where it's coming with like two different cards, like a display card.
Okay.
So maybe that's it.
I guess again, if you didn't get the other Heath Ledger Joker,
if McFarlane's on their way out, I think they're just trying to like
empty the warehouse.
Yeah, they're trying to capitalize, so they're trying to make things more expensive.
It does look good. It is a good figure.
Yeah.
If you collect McFarlane and you need a Heath Ledger Joker, it looks like a quality Heath Ledger Joker. They also showed off a Zatanna and Detective Chimp.
Yeah, I respect it.
Yeah, it's a good effort. Like, Zatanna is a hugely popular Gooner character.
Sure.
So I'm sure that will do well. Yeah, looks good. January pre-order on that one. So keep your eyes peeled to McFarlane. They also showed off Professor Pig. I don't know anything about Professor Pig. Who is he, a villain?
Yeah.
Who's he belong
Batman,
to?
Batman
villain.
Yeah.
That one is also pre-ordering in January. Kind of has like a Leatherface vibe to it.
Yeah.
They showed off, McFarlane did Cosmic Boy. I don't know Cosmic Boy.
It's a legion of superheroes.
January pre-order on that. Does it look good? Is that what it's supposed to look like?
Probably.
Ralph Dibny, the Elongated Man, also a January pre-order. Looks elongated.
Well, I love that character simply from my favorite story of all time, Identity Crisis.
Oh, okay.
He plays a huge role.
Okay. And then they showed a Blackhawk with multiple guns. Well, at least this post says multiple guns. I don't see multiple guns.
Right.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That is
Cool
also
character. Steven Spielberg was supposed to direct a Blackhawks movie.
Really?
A long time ago. And DC Comics, or I guess whatever, like in that time, made a Facebook post that said, with a Blackhawks photo, it said, "Welcome to DC, Spielberg," or something like that.
Whoa.
Nothing ever came from it, though.
Interesting.
Kind of wild.
I think available now for purchase, McFarlane has got the Generation Lost Red Rocket Red. What's his name? What is this guy's name? Justice League Generation Lost DC Multiverse Rocket Red Brigade action figure.
Oh, yeah, that dude, yeah.
They also showed off Superman and the Authority Superman. And then Fire and Ice, and then the Flash, Wally West Flash. I believe this is the first Flash that didn't come with something else. You didn't have to get Godzilla or King Kong or something in order to have this like standard Flash. There's nothing about it that says that it's Wally West. It's just the Flash. It could be whoever you want it to be on the inside.
Yeah.
The Flash, I think, looks awesome.
Yeah, he looks good.
The other ones I just simply don't care. The Superman looks like the guy from Tango and Cash. Like, why does his face always look like that? And then we'll switch things over to Marvel Legends, who had a live stream, and they just absolutely kicked out the frickin' jams. They showed the Dogpool and Deadpool, which is a deluxe figure that comes with like a bunch of guns, Wolverine's skeleton, like skull and bones and claws, Hulk fists, and then like the Dogpool. I already have my definitive Deadpools and a movie Deadpool, so I don't need this, but I think it's awesome.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's really, really good. It probably is even the exact same figure that we have sitting on the desk at work, but
pretty much.
But like the accessories are just absolutely wicked. They showed off the Grizzly, which I don't personally need, but I think looks great. Like, I love a big, hairy, muscled up figure.
Yeah.
And this one looks amazing. Comes with some hands and some gold cheese. What is that?
Gold bricks. That was like
pile of gold bricks.
That was the tease from the last one they did.
Yeah. Good looking figure right there. That one will launch January 15th. The Deadpool was January 29th if you're interested. They also showed Colossus and Kitty Pryde as a Astonishing X-Men 2-pack. That one goes up January 8th on everywhere. The Colossus looks really, really, really good.
Yeah.
It's not quite exactly my mind's eye, like cartoon kind of, but if you don't have a Colossus, this one will absolutely fit the mold. The Kitty Pryde looks good too. Like, she comes with, what is her little dragon guy?
Oh crap! What's the name?
I can't remember his name.
Yeah,
it's like something fire related. But yeah, so like pretty cool package right there.
Yeah.
Like the box looks good. That one's January 8th. They also showed off a classic Johnny Blaze Ghost Rider that my eyeball always goes to the 3 3/4.
Yeah, it looks like that.
Ghost Rider. Sure. It looks like the blown up version of that. It has the red motorcycle. The box looks amazing. His blue suit. It has 2 heads. Tons and tons of flames, like just a very, very cool package. And for those like Ghost Rider enthusiasts, this is Christmas, man. Like that's very, very cool. And for whatever reason, Ghost Rider always ends up just flush at like GameStop. So like you'll be able to get this.
Yeah.
That one pre-orders January TBD is what I have here. So that might have changed since last I saw, but right now it just says TBD for the Ghost Rider. Marvel Legends Punisher Buster. Oh my God, what a figure. So you got the Punisher head from one of my favorite runs in comics, the Greg Rucka one.
Yeah.
In the Hulk Buster that's painted up to be like Punisher with like blast effects and rockets. Like, I'm sure this will be $60, but like, what a banger of a figure this is. It's a monster. I'm in love with this thing. If I ever get my armory together, like my Punisher diorama like armory, this might have to go in it.
Yeah, it's cool.
Like, it's just too freaking cool. And then the prediction heard round the world. What did I say, Christian?
I mean, you basically were like, they just need to redo the Incredible Hulk line.
I said they need to redo the Hulk line with the carding from the 90s Incredible Hulk show and put whatever you want in the box. And I even mentioned Abomination. Days later, after that episode drops, here's an Abomination, and the box looks exactly how I imagined it. I pictured it on like a blister card, but the art is what I had in my head.
Yeah.
This is the art from the show.
Yes.
Or at least what was going on in Marvel at that time period. I might get this based on principle.
I think
I don't need an Abomination, but I would be happy to have an Abomination.
Yeah.
And this Abomination looks freaking great.
Yeah.
And that box is just incredible.
Right.
And I have my Maximum Hulk, even though it's still, I put it back in the box. But I would take this both out and play with them.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
That makes a lot of sense. Yeah,
that would get me to play with toys right there.
Yeah.
That one is pre-order January 22nd. And I believe it's available everywhere. Doesn't say, but yeah, January 22nd on that fantastic Abomination. The coloring on that is giving me Toy Biz vibes.
Yeah, it does.
It has like gradients and like, oh God, it looks so good. Then there was an entire Deadpool and Wolverine wave to various effect.
Yeah.
Let's kind of go through these in order. You've got Cowboy Deadpool, which personally don't need, but you know, if you're putting together all the wacky Deadpools, why not? You know what I mean? Why not? It looks good. It looks fun. He has the spinning gun effect that could be used for all sorts of other stuff.
Right.
There is the battle damaged Wolverine, which, oh my God.
Yeah.
That's another one that I don't intend to buy, but if I see it in the store, will I be able to resist it? I don't know. I don't think I can.
Right.
I bought the other Wolverine and that other Deadpool because I just couldn't not buy them.
Yeah.
Then you have the brown suit Wolverine, which I think looks incredible, but I am seeing people whine and moan that he doesn't have a unmasked head.
Yeah.
To me, he never was unmasked in the movie.
Yeah, he was.
Not in the suit.
In the brown suit, he was.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
No, yeah, you're right. He was never masked.
Yeah.
Okay, so then that's weird.
I mean, I preferred him to have the mask, so...
He should have both.
Yeah.
Then you've got Blade. Woof.
Yeah,
what a horrible figure this is. Like, makes me sad that like they did my boy like this, but like they gave him like old man head.
Dude,
he
looks got puffy eyes. Look like he was crying.
Yeah, like
good thing he's got sunglasses.
Yeah, the sunglasses cover it up for sure, but they did him dirty.
Yeah,
they did him dirty. There's an X-23, looks fine. Looks good. Like, I like X-23. The figure looks good. She's wearing what she's wearing in the movie. Looks like X-23. If you're putting together the whole team, you'd be happy to have that. She's got her, like, pink sunglasses, which I think is a cool touch. In, like, a backpack that you can use for all sorts of other stuff. And then there's Cassandra Nova, which has the creepiest accessory I've ever seen in my life, where she's got her fingers through the guy from Succession's face.
Yeah.
That's like a hand. That whole piece is a hand, which is really cool and weird. So yeah, pretty cool set. Kind of interesting that they're still supporting Deadpool and Wolverine, like 2 years later. But
yeah,
I'm not mad about it. And then maybe the most controversial figure of the year, I Love You 3000 Iron Man, dropping in December as a Valentine's Day release. Why? who is this for? Who receives this as a gift, or who purchases this on their own? I don't understand what the purpose of this thing is.
I saw Toy Shiz make a meme that was like, to something from RossCon. It was like basically like going straight to Ross.
If you haven't seen it, it's an Iron Man repaint where it's pink and like different pink, and the arc reactor is in the shape of a heart, and it comes in a box that says "I love you 3000." Great moment in the movie. I don't understand the point of the figure.
Yeah.
I just really, really don't.
Not at all.
Also from Hasbro, there was some vintage collection Star Wars, which you'll notice we're going to start talking about Star Wars more because we like Star Wars
yes,
now.
Yeah.
I've just come back around on Star Wars. I'm
Same.
going to start collecting vintage collection. You started collecting episode 1, probably 2 and 3 as well.
Yeah, I'm going to do 2 and 3, yeah.
So yeah, they showed off some pretty cool figures. They got Poggle the Lesser. They got General Veers, the AT-AT commander. They got Greedo, which I think is fantastic. And then there's also the Imperial Snow Trooper, which I'm going to get the other one because it has pictures of AT-ATs on it instead of pictures of him. Because I'm collecting them for the card. Maybe I'll get the General because that has a picture of AT-ATs. Yeah, on another episode, I'll lay out for you guys my plan for the Star Wars Vintage Collection because I do have a flushed out plan from beginning to end.
Let's go.
But these look really good, and those are already available to pre-order on Hasbro Pulse. Staying on Hasbro, going over to G.I. Joe, they showed off the Arctic Assault Hiss Tank. A lot of people are upset that they repainted this Hiss Tank.
Whoa.
A lot of people are bothered that they put in money for the... what's it called? The crowdfund thing.
Yeah.
And then now they're releasing the Arctic one, which is a repaint of that one, but this one is made to order.
Whoa.
Which, as it should be. They should all be made to order.
Yeah.
It looks great. Like, I think it's cool, and complaining that they're releasing toys is ridiculous. And then with the Arctic Hiss Tank, you get a look at Arctic Steel Core Trooper. Looks like a ton of fun. Just like a nameless, faceless goon. You get a look at the Arctic Saw Viper, which comes with like a wolf head and cape and like backpack. Looks awesome. Again, could really use a TV show to tell me who the heck these people are.
Yep.
And then you have the Drift Viper. So you've got 3 Arctic figures that come with the Arctic Hiss Tank. They come with it. So that's made to order, and that is available to purchase until January 4th. So the pre-order is the order on that. So if you want that, you've got until January 4th to put your funds down on it. Moving over to wrestling, really quick, there's only one wrestling figure that really got announced, and that was the Joe Hendry figure, which I think is available right now on Ringside Collectibles. I don't care about Joe Hendry personally, and a lot of people do. His theme song became a top 100 song on planet Earth.
Wow.
He has since signed with WWE, and this is a TNA figure that is released under the unsanctioned line from Ringside Collectibles. This is a big deal. This means that Ringside Collectibles is going to create unsanctioned figures for anyone who's not on a contract. That means Rob Van Dam. That means Sergeant Slaughter. That means whoever's available, Andre the Giant, Macho Man Randy Savage. Anyone who's not currently on a Legends deal or currently in AEW could end up with an unsanctioned figure. So, as I don't care about Joe Hendry, I do think it's a fine-looking figure for, like, an independent.
Yeah.
It's a big, big deal that it's happening, and be on the lookout to Ringside Collectibles for what other amazing things might be on the horizon. In kind of smaller company news, Mezco showed off a Shredder, a Mezco 112 Image Comics. Image?
Yeah.
Image.
Or Boom Studios, maybe? I don't know.
Image. Shredder that I think looks great. The pre-order on that already started on December 17th. Mezco also showed off Powerpuff Girls, which, like, I watched Powerpuff Girls when I was a kid. It was awesome. So they've got all 3 of the girls plus, what's the monkey guy's name?
Mojo
Jojo. Like, I think they look really good. I don't know if they're articulated or if they're little tchotchkes. You kind of can't tell from the picture, but they look cool. And then lastly, but not leastly, Mondo showed off a repaint 1 of 250 Super Shredder that looks great. Like really, really cool. So, yeah. Did you have any other news that you want to talk about?
I think you covered all of it.
All right, now it is time for the action figure mission, my favorite thing in the whole world.
This is Turbo Man, the toy every kid is getting for Christmas.
Whoever doesn't can be a real loser.
This is Desperate Man,
You got the doll, right?
the father who forgot to get one for his son.
I got the last one. Sucker.
This is war. On November 22nd, holiday cheer is busting out all over.
Where's your Christmas spirit?
Arnold Schwarzenegger, jingle all the way.
This man is totally insane. Thank you.
Rated PG. November 22nd, only in theaters.
Now we are moving on to the action figure mission Christmas style. So if you haven't heard this before, basically we will have you, the toy soldiers, or ChatGPT, whoever gets there first, send us a mission. In this case, it is ChatGPT because nobody answered the call. So we have got a mission that none of us have seen. None of us have read it. I just got it, copied it, pasted it, haven't looked at it. We're going to all hear it for the very first time right now. Then Christian and I are going to send out word to the best figures available to accomplish said mission. And this time it is Christmas themed.
Okay.
So everybody understand the rules?
Yes.
Okay. You ready to hear your mission?
Let's hear it.
Operation Sleigh Bells and Sirens.
Okay.
Top secret. Mission date, December 24th. Threat level, red alert. Deployment zone, Midtown Manhattan. Streets, rooftops, airspace, transit hubs.
Cool.
The situation. It's Christmas Eve in New York City. Midtown is alive. Holiday traffic jams every avenue. Office towers glow with half-lit floors. Giant Christmas displays loop endlessly on digital billboards. Music, crowds, and chaos blend into one constant hum. At 9:02 p.m., the invasion begins.
Nice.
An organized hostile force strikes every layer of the city at once. This is not random destruction. It's a coordinated assault designed to overwhelm systems, fracture movement, and turn holiday congestion into a weapon. Police respond, emergency services mobilize. They're immediately outpaced. This is New York on Christmas Eve. No one is getting out. The objective: hold Midtown until dawn. Prevent the invaders from gaining permanent control. Keep street transit and civilians moving. Repel the attack without collapsing the city under its own weight. This is not a single fight. It's 5 battles happening at the same time.
Okay.
Operational objectives. Number 1. Disable a vast enemy communications network without being spotted.
Okay.
Enemy command systems are spread across rooftops, towers, and temporary holiday installations. These nodes coordinate air units, redirect street traffic, and hijack public displays to spread panic. They are hardened, redundant, and resistant to remote shutdown. As long as the network stays online, the invasion adapts faster than defenders can react. Detection, alarms, or capture of the operative attempting entry will result in immediate lockdown and total loss of the city. This objective must be completed undetected. If it fails, all others become irrelevant.
Okay.
So, to me, that sounds like stealthy tech guy.
Okay.
Person. Objective number 2. Contest and control hostile airspace above Midtown. Enemy aerial units dominate the skyline, striking intersections, harassing emergency routes, and screening ground movement. Air control is essential, but how it's achieved matters. Flying operatives offer speed, agility, and direct engagement, but are fully exposed to concentrated anti-air fire and must operate without cover. The loss of a single airborne defender can immediately shift momentum. Flying vehicles offer armor, weapon system, and sustained presence, but require skilled piloting regular maintenance, and protection from coordinated enemy attacks. Damage or loss of a vehicle removes a major asset in one stroke. Failure to establish air control allows the invasion to press uncontested from above. So I think it's the option of a person who flies or a person flying a vehicle.
Okay.
Number 3, confront and overpower colossal ground behemoths.
Great.
The invasion deploys massive bioengineered and mechanized units directly onto major avenues and transit hubs. These behemoths tear through stalled vehicles, uproot street fixtures, and use city infrastructure as improvised weapons. Their mass and density render conventional weapons ineffective, and attempts at precision takedowns fail outright. Stopping them requires direct physical engagement at a scale that defies normal limits. Streets must be forcibly cleared, units physically restrained or displaced, and structural damage absorbed without collapse. Anything less than overwhelming strength risks permanent gridlock and total loss of movement across Midtown, aka strong person.
Yes.
Number 4, engage and neutralize high-speed street assault vehicles. Enemy strike team deploy heavily armored vehicles designed for rapid movement through congested city streets. They exploit traffic jams, barriers, and wreckage to hit infrastructure targets at speed, then disappear before responders can react. These vehicles are armored, weaponized, and capable of operating under sustained fire. Stopping them requires matching speed with speed and firepower with firepower. Static defenses and on-foot responses are ineffective. The streets must be actively patrolled, intercepted, and dominated, or the city's arteries collapse beyond recovery.
Okay.
Lastly, number 5, establish visible command and restore public confidence. As the invasion unfolds, fear spreads faster than the enemy. Conflicting reports, false alarms, and collapsing morale threatens to turn civilians into obstacles rather than survivors. Without a clear authoritative presence, panic escalates into stampedes, gridlock, and complete breakdown of order. This objective requires someone who can take control in the open, rally allies under fire, and give civilians a reason to listen and follow instructions. Coordination, clarity, and resolve are as critical here as combat ability. If confidence is lost, the city falls from the inside out. Requirements. Assemble 1 squad of 5 action figures, any scale or brand. Each figure must address one of the 5 operational objectives. Solutions must work at the same time, not one after the other. Overkill and uncontrolled destruction make the situation worse. The mission cannot be solved by a single character, no matter how powerful. Restrictions. No time resets, reality edits, or instant win abilities. No city-level power output that causes uncontrolled collateral damage. Holiday grid load limits, sustained energy discharge. Civilian safety and infrastructure stability are non-negotiable. Victory. By sunrise, Midtown remains operational. Transit resumes. The invasion is repelled. Christmas morning arrives, bruised, loud, and very New York, but intact.
Okay.
Welcome to the party, pal.
Great.
Okay.
So, number 1, we need a stealth tech person.
So yeah, objective number 1, disable a vast enemy communications network without being spotted. So we need stealth, right? So who's stealth? Batman stealth, but he's not super tech guy usually. Snake Eyes, stealth guy, not super tech guy though.
Right.
Donatello, ninja and tech guy, but we've used him before.
We've used him, yeah.
I mean, there's no rule that says we can't use him
Right.
again. He's on the table. Oh, Solid Snake.
I was going to say him, but we got to come up with a toy from him. McFarlane or something like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
McFarlane Solid Snake.
I was going to say that would probably be perfect, or like a Splinter Cell kind of like.
Yeah, dude.
We'll go Solid Snake, yeah.
Yeah, Solid Snake McFarlane, like, he's got a cardboard box that he puts on himself so he doesn't get detected. He's going around the city, he's cutting wires or whatever it is that's going on here. Yeah, I think Solid Snake, like, also I just like love that game.
Yeah.
And I can hear the music in my head. Yeah, that would be my vote. You
Perfect. I like it.
The figure.
Look at the figure. Yeah, it's McFarlane Toys. Looks pretty sick to me. $200.
Oh God, I love that. Love that character design so much.
Okay, so Solid Snake.
Okay, so that's our stealth tech guy.
I've got the next one already.
Contest and control hostile airspace above Midtown. What do you got?
Turbo Man.
Turbo Man. Dude.
Just to tie it back in.
That's a great shout. He's armored.
He's armored. He has a jetpack.
He's got weapons.
He's fast.
See, my suggestion was going to be, I love Turbo Man. I don't know if we're going to get off of Turbo Man. My suggestion was going to be, you got the G.I. Joe Sky Striker.
It's true, yeah.
You got the G.I. Joe.
But they did say the vehicles was going to be challenging because it makes you more of a target, kind of.
But you're armored.
Yeah.
My other suggestion was going to be Wonder Woman in her invisible jet.
Yeah.
Because then if the jet gets destroyed, you still have Wonder Woman. Why does she have a jet? We don't know.
Yeah.
But I think you're right. Just for the purposes of the timeless holiday classic, Jingle All the Way, we go Turbo Man. And I've got him. Have him nestled safely under the tree.
Perfect.
Yeah, Turbo Man. Okay, so we got Solid Snake and Turbo Man. Everybody's favorite team.
Yes.
Which is the reason why we do this, because it's just wacky. Okay, number 3, confront and overpower colossal ground behemoths.
Okay.
I have a suggestion here because of the movie that I watched last night, but I'll be happy to hear.
No, let's hear what you got.
Have. Mr. Incredible.
Okay.
Mr. Incredible rules, dude.
Yeah.
He's one of the most fun heroes. He's like lifting up poles and using it to like block lava to give himself a barrier and fighting giant robots and stuff. I love that movie so much. But we also could use any like He-Man, Hulk thing.
My first initial was gonna go
Savage Dragon.
The Thing.
Yeah,
I love the Thing, but you know what? We'll go slightly different. Let me look at what
figures.
Yeah, I mean it would be like a Disney Pixar. Obviously.
Yeah, I don't know if there's any good Incredibles figures.
Yeah, I thought maybe I saw Jax. So Jax has a superposable Incredible. It's from Incredibles 2.
Still Mr. Incredible.
Yeah. I mean, this is like
yeah, that'll work.
Mattel. So it'd be Mattel. Yeah.
Okay.
Like a Mattel Mr. Incredible. I'm down for that. It's different than what we would normally go with.
I think he can confront and overpower colossal ground behemoths.
Yeah.
Like, I can visualize him doing that with a smile on his face.
For sure.
He's having a great time doing it. Okay, number 4, engage and neutralize high-speed street assault vehicles. So I feel like we're kind of spoiled for riches here, because pretty much any Batmobile, any street cycles...
Well, he's supposed to be like a fast character, right?
Stopping them requires matching speed with speed and firepower with firepower. So we need some rockets.
We do need something that has...
We need some Robo 1.
Ooh. Okay. So the Robo 1
you know how much I love Robo 1, but like, dude, all the G.I. Joe vehicles fit this description.
Let's go Robo 1. That's too sick. From the Ultra Police.
So this morning, I just threw on a YouTube channel that was like Saturday Morning Cartoons Christmas edition. Yeah. And first it was Real Ghostbusters. No. First it was Masters of the Universe, He-Man and She-Ra, which I owned when I was a kid.
Okay.
The Christmas special.
Funny.
Then it was Real Ghostbusters Christmas special, where they accidentally capture the ghosts of Christmas, past, present, and future, and then have to save Christmas.
Yeah.
It was great. It had retro commercials in between.
That's awesome.
Then I went in the room, got dressed, was talking to Daniel, I came out and caught the last 10 seconds of RoboCop and the Ultra Police, and I was like, damn it, I have to go like start my day. I wanted to watch it so bad.
Well, there you go.
So yeah, that's why we'll use Robo 1 for that. And then lastly, this one I think is going to be spoiled for choice. Establish visible command and restore public confidence. The objective requires someone who can take control in the open, rally allies under fire, and give civilians a reason to listen and follow instructions. Coordinate clarity and resolve are critical here. Confidence is lost. The city is lost. So they need to be able to fight. And so I think what we're describing here is Captain America.
Yes.
But that feels a little bit too Battle of New York to me.
Okay.
Like, that feels a little too on the nose.
Yeah. I mean, I was thinking Captain America. The other option was Duke from G.I. Joe.
Duke's a great option. Commander, can fight.
Yeah.
Gives confidence, crowd control. I don't think Cyclops is a good option.
I was
going
to say Cyclops
because
too.
it said energy blasts are like too dangerous in this scenario. Can I offer a counter to Duke?
Cool.
Bret the Hitman Hart.
Wrestler.
Locker room leader.
Okay.
Can throw hands. Never been wrong in his life. When in doubt, just say the mantra. Bret was right. Whatever he said, he was probably correct.
Okay.
And nobody can beat him. Best there is, best there was, best there ever will be.
Okay. We usually throw a wrestling figure in. I think that we need to pay homage to like what what we're surrounded by, basically.
Anything and everything.
Yeah.
I feel like I dominated this one a little bit. Do you have any?
No, because you made good points. I mean, like, I would have said Duke because I would have thrown the G.I. Joe fans a bone. But I think that covers it all.
So we got leader Bret the Hitman Hart.
Yeah.
We got vehicle and I'm supposing driver RoboCop.
RoboCop's going to be driving
of Robo One. We've got Mr. Incredible as our powerhouse. We've got Turbo Man as our airspace.
Yeah.
I love that.
That is great.
So much. And then we've got Solid Snake.
I mean, if you were this morning turned on a TV, a cartoon, and all those characters were working together, you wouldn't be complaining.
For Bret Hart, I'm gonna use his Hasbro with the silver glasses.
Cool.
I'm gonna go with the Hasbro Series 6. I don't remember which series it is, but the silver glasses, Bret the Hitman Hart.
Great.
Yeah. That's a team, bro.
That's a team.
Okay, so did we do it? Did we accomplish the mission?
I think we did it.
Assemble one squad. Did we no reality resets? Midtown remains operational?
I mean, Mr. Incredible's the only like superpower. Everything else is just pure human grit.
Transit resumes. The invasion is repelled. Christmas morning
is
arrives.
saved.
Christmas is saved. This isn't a war movie. It's Christmas in Manhattan. Lights are still blinking. Music's still playing. People need to get home. The mission isn't to save the world. It's to save the night.
I like it.
Welcome to the party, pal. Awesome.
I love it.
This is my favorite thing that we do because this is playing with toys.
It's playing with toys.
I love this so much. If you guys want to write a mission for any old reason at all and send it to us, please do. At Mighty Champions, mightychampionsafr@gmail. You guys can kind of see how it's reverse engineered to give us classes to have to inject into it. So pick your 5, then write a story around it, and then send it to us. We would love to try to solve the riddle, so to speak. Like the action figure mission is like one of the most fun things that we do. Did we break 2 hours?
For sure.
Just 2 hours. Our longest episode ever.
Wow.
The holiday special, the Timeless Holiday Classic. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Next week, we have got our end of the year awards, as is customary for anyone with a podcast.
Yeah.
We're going to do our end of the year awards next week, next Monday, and the episode after that starts Series 2, where we give the show a little coat of paint, or paint of coat, as some might call it. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining us, and we will catch you guys down the road. Peace.
How does it feel to enter the Star Wars Power of the Force from Kenner? It's bigger than ever before. Now, you're Luke Skywalker in your T-16 Skyhopper. Target the Tusken Raiders, then open her up to whip through Beggar's Canyon. Then you're a rebel pilot in your sleek A-Wing fighter. Blaze into battle against Darth Vader and his terrifying TIE fighter. Fire! A-Wing comes with exclusive pilot, other figures and vehicles each sold separately. Now, get your favorite Star Wars trilogy scenes. Figures come with freeze-frame action slides. Collect them all. Imagine where Star Wars will take you next.